everyone. Welcome to another episode of Poshteacher. And I am very excited to introduce to you Adrienne. She is from Stylishly Schooled on Instagram. She's a second grade teacher and a fashionista teacher. So we can't wait to talk about all these great things with her. Adrienne, welcome to our program.
Thank you.
Well, what we always ask here at Poshteacher is, what was your aha moment when you decided to go into education?
This was kind of a hard question for me because of the fashion piece that goes along with a big part of who I am. So what made me decide to become a teacher was the importance of education that my grandmother had instilled in me when I was a kid. She always told me, you got to do school, you got to get a good education. So it was really big, important thing to her. And so I always wanted to do things to make her proud. So that was one of the reasons. And the other reason is my father-in-law is a teacher. And I always watched how passionately he talked about his job and his students, and he loved what he was doing. So that was another factor in the reason why I became a teacher.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, we always have, inspirational people along the way, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much, what made me decide to do it. And I really like kids, so it was a good choice.
Well, right. So you said you were a second grade teacher. What made you choose second grade out of all the possibilities?
I didn't exactly choose it. It chose me.
Okay. Yeah, that's sometimes how it happens.
When I first started teaching like 20 years ago, I was a fourth grade teacher first. And again, it was just what was, kind of given to me, or assigned to me, I should say.
Yeah.
And then I taught third grade for a long time, which is stressful in Florida. Third grade is a great year. I love the age, but the testing starts, and it's a really rough testing grade. So I did that for a while. I taught sixth grade language arts for a half of a year. And then now here I am in second grade, and I really love second grade. It's a fun age.
What is a fun anecdote that you have, or something that kind of makes those second graders stand out and make it exciting?
Oh gosh, the things that they say. One thing that comes to my head is I had them all on the floor one day, and we were talking about, I don't know, something to do with poetry. And I was kind of leading them to the answer, and I said, what's something that, doesn't have to have capital letters or periods, or sometimes the end of the line comes with a, comma. Sometimes it rhymes and sometimes it doesn't. And this one little girl, they give you the, ooh, pick me. And usually I don't pick those kids, but I picked her because she was like dying to answer the question. And I said, what is it called? What type of writing is that called? And she said poultry. Instead of it was really funny. So that was a couple of years ago in second grade. That was funny. I mean, there's a million things, but that's the one that just popped into my head right at the moment.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, like you probably want to keep writing these things down. There's just so much.
That was one thing my grandmother always told me to do, and I never did it. I should have listened to her, because there are some really funny things that kids say, and I don't remember them all.
Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, there's even books that people have written, the things.
Yes, that's the thing. I should just write down all the things
this year. Yeah.
It might be something to do. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, that's great. So tell me about, the challenges. Last year, did you have to do partially virtual, in person?
I was in school all year long, face to face.
Did it work? Tell us about that, because some people, are like, oh, does that work? How was it for you? What did you do?
I have to say, in the beginning of the year, it was really scary because we didn't know what was happening, and everybody was scared to get COVID and whatever, but setting up the classroom was crazy because I'm a very big rule follower. And it was like, there were all the guidelines. You have to put this sticker on the wall and that sticker on the wall. And you have to make sure that, you're letting everybody know that you're cleaning and everything is you know, a certain way, and then measuring the floor
Yeah. Is
to
to move
keep the
from the
desks
sticker.
separate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was kind of difficult because, you know, you like to have the kids talking to each other and working together as partners, and that was really kind of difficult because you tell them to keep their voices
Oh.
down while they're doing partner work, but they can't do that because they've got a mask on their face and they're like whatever amount of feet away from
Oh
each
my
other.
God. No, impossible.
So it was difficult, but I have to say, like last year I had the dream class.
Wow.
Like it was an amazing group of kids, and the way that they
Oh.
worked together and worked with me, it was one of the best years I've ever had teaching, honestly.
No, oh my God, I got chills. That is
Yeah.
great to hear. See, that's some positives then out of all of this chaos.
Yeah, because it was crazy. You know, every morning I'd be outside at the door with the thermometer checking their temperatures, and you know, some crazy things happened. One of my little girls came into the classroom one day, and she had the little mask with the lanyard on it.
Yeah.
And she came back from the bathroom. She's like, Mrs. D, my mask went in the toilet bowl. And you know, like,
Oh.
I can't help it. I have a very fun sense of humor. So I started laughing. All the kids started laughing, like the mask in the toilet. I'm like, this is a story.
Actually, that is cute.
It was a funny, funny day.
Oh my God. Oh, that's good that you embraced all that in a, comical way. And
You have to, because if you can't laugh at it, you'll cry.
yeah, you're right. You got a choice.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of laughing and smiling, let's talk about fashion. Let's start with your personal story. What intrigues you about fashion? Where did it start in your life?
I don't know, like, where I started really being into clothes and things. My mom is definitely a fashionista. She's always with the makeup and the earrings. We have very different style, but she's very much into fashion. Um, you know, mostly accessories, I would say. I think she has thousands of pairs of earrings. I'll say that. I don't know. I feel like I'm a creative person. And so I like to, you know, mix things up and put things together. And I think being a visual person too is maybe the reason why I am so into clothes and things like that. I don't know.
I'm gonna have to agree with you. I kind of think the same way, and I like mixing different textures and
Me too,
you know.
especially like a shoe. Like I'm always about like wearing an odd color shoe with, you know, an outfit, like kind of an unexpected little twist to, I don't know.
You know what? I want to talk about that. I absolutely loved your lemon shoes from
Oh,
who was it from?
Katy
Katy
Perry.
Perry. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, those are the cutest. When I saw, because I love yellow, first of all, so yellow
Yes.
stood out, and then the lemons. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Well, they're fun. And just a little side note, I don't know why this is a thing because it goes on your foot, but it smells like lemons. Well, it doesn't anymore, but it smells like lemons.
Really? So they had
Yeah.
like watermelon and all that. I wonder if all
Yes.
like smell.
Yes. They have all different colors. And honestly, like, I love the little jelly, I guess sandal, you could call it. Yeah, it's a sandal.
Yeah.
Because in Florida in the summer, it rains all the time. And so you ruin your shoes, but those you don't ruin because they're plastic.
Oh my God, that's perfect.
Yeah.
How did you discover? Are you a fan of Katy Perry, or how, did you follow?
No, well, my other life is retail.
Oh my gosh, how fun. Tell us.
I don't do it anymore, but sorry about that. I worked for Kate Spade for many years. You know, every teacher needs a side hustle, so that's
Oh my God,
mine.
yeah, we all do. That's a fun one.
So,
Yeah. So tell us about, it's working at Kate Spade. Tell us about your side.
so, you know, working at Kate Spade, I come across people all the time, you know, who were fashionable, and those particular shoes, someone was wearing them that walked in. And so that's how I found those shoes. I stopped working at Kate Spade a couple years ago, and maybe like a year and a half ago.
Oh.
And then the pandemic happened. Like, I think I stopped working there like in November, and then that March is when everything started happening with the pandemic. And I really have the itch to go back. But I have two boys, teenage boys,
Oh.
and my oldest is going to be a senior. And so I want to be able to, be a part of I'm a part of everything they do anyway, but like, I really want to just be around.
Do you get like amazing discounts for working for Kate Spade?
Yes.
Like, is it just amazing?
Yes, it's a really good discount, and when you work there, and it's just a fun place to be, like all the girls are really young and they're fun and they keep me on my toes.
I love it. Yeah, and you know what? There
Yeah.
is the teacher discount, right? Because I have.
Yes, I was just gonna say that. It's 15%, and sometimes they use that. They have if you sign up for their emails, they have that 75% off surprise sale.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, Adrienne. Oh, I love it. And you know
Yeah.
what? I love how colorful it is, her clothes and her style.
Yeah, and I feel like it's a little bit on the expensive side, especially for a teacher. I know that,
Yeah.
but I feel like a lot of the pieces are really timeless. And so like I have Kate Spade in my closet from years ago. And sometimes on my Instagram, I worry about that. I'm like, I'm trying to do this fashion thing. I just started this Instagram thing. And so I thought, okay, well, if I'm putting on my old Kate Spade, people can't get it and they might get annoyed and whatever. But I feel like you can find something like it. And like I said, obviously I didn't pay full price for it, but you can still get it on those surprise sales. And if you do decide to do a splurge, it's something that you're going to be able to wear for a really, really long time because the quality is great too,
It's good that teachers need to hear that. That's like, those are really good words. Because you're right. If you're going to invest, it's an investment, in something.
It is an investment.
And teachers should think about that as they're creating their wardrobe. I agree.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And things that you can just wear with a lot of other things,
I like that. That's great advice. I was going to ask you, your advice from being in the fashion world. Because what I hear from teachers is obviously, yes, the price point, and they don't know how to style things. So I think with your Instagram, you're giving them just inspo, even if it's something that's not available anymore, but just how to mix and match, right? Is that?
Yeah, that's definitely true. Like, I feel like if you look at the picture, you can take a look at it and see how you want to put your own spin on something,
Yes. Well, tell me, with these amazing clothes, how do you think, does it affect your mood, performance in the classroom, what you wear? Tell us about that.
It's, like I'm looking at your questions and I feel like I don't want to sound like a superficial person because I'm actually not.
Yeah.
I just, it does affect my mood totally. Like during the pandemic, being in the house, like I'm in my closet going, I don't know how to like just be home in sweatpants.
I agree. I don't even really have sweatpants, to be honest.
I'll go shopping and say, I need a new pair of pajamas, or I should probably just buy some like leisure type clothes because my sons play basketball and I spend a lot of time in a gym, but I'm dressed like this, with the frills and whatever. I just don't care. Like I need to. But during the pandemic, I did learn how to buy a few pieces of
loungewear,
just casual loungewear, but.
Yeah, I know. I agree with you. I'm not, and with the sweatshirt, I'm very picky. Like when I wear a sweatshirt,
yeah, you should see my sweatshirt.
I have to wear like a fun shirt underneath it. I just
or have something fun. Yeah, it has to be more than a sweatshirt.
Yes, I know. And but that makes it exciting. Like when you talked about being creative, I think that's where that comes in. If someone gives you this piece of clothing, what can you do with it? Right.
Right. Exactly right.
They notice your fashion style.
Oh yeah.
Tell me about that. What do the kids say?
It's really fun. It's really a fun thing. They know, like, I think it's extremely important for your kids to know you as a person. Because when they know you as a person, it just makes the relationship so much better in the classroom. Like they know me for exactly who I am, all kinds of aspects of me. We talk about things outside of school and, the clothes, and they know that I'm into that. And it's really funny. Like this year at the door, I had this one little girl, Lucy, and we'll see if Lucy watches this picture. And every day, Mrs. D, I love your earrings. Mrs. D, I love your earrings. So every morning I'd be thinking about Lucy and which earrings I was going to put on because
Oh,
she'd always be commenting at the door.
she's checking you out.
Yes. And this year I'm telling you, I had the greatest class this year, not because of the gifts, because they were great kids, but like they bought me a pair of shoes this year not for Christmas, for my birthday.
No.
And I love them.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. How did they know your
And-
size? I mean, were they?
Well, her mom is one of my favorite substitute teachers. And so the girls in my class, they asked me all kinds of questions. So I didn't think anything of it when they asked, no, Mrs. D, what size shoe do you wear?
Oh,
Yeah.
Gosh. Hey, were you
Yeah.
just in love with them? Or was it just
I was in love with them. And then another one of the little girls got me a really cute headband, hot pink, which is one of my favorite colors.
Oh my gosh.
And they know that because my desk is hot pink.
Oh,
And it had leopards on it, like little leopards. And I love animal print. So I had the little leopard print shoes from the one little girl and the headband from the other. And I'm like, oh, I could totally wear this together. And they thought, when you wear their stuff to school, forget
yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah, you're a star. I mean,
Yeah, dying. They were.
oh my God, that's so much fun. So fashion is like a part of your day every day.
It is. Even the boys, they're like, oh, Mrs. D, I like your boots. Like I have these crazy hot pink rain boots with glitter on them. And even the boys are like, Mrs. D, those boots are so cool.
Oh my gosh. Love it. So it is important how we present ourselves to these people.
It is. And, like I was thinking about that question too, from the kids' standpoint, because when I feel like, I have a good outfit on, it sounds so crazy, but it's just me. Like I feel better about myself when I'm dressed well, or I feel like I'm dressed,
Definitely.
But our kids in our school wear uniforms.
Oh.
And sometimes like as a treat, or if it's a picture day, they come in without their uniforms. And of course I love that because I get to see what they're wearing, but just the air in the classroom is different.
Tell me about that. That is so fascinating. Tell me.
I mean, I know that uniforms are important. They're easy for parents. I mean, my kids wear uniforms to school and I'm like, oh yeah, go throw on your collared shirt and your khakis and leave me alone. Like they're not asking me for that shirt and the other shirt. And I know like in high school and things, it's definitely something that affects kids because, they see, and even with their uniforms, you can still see their personalities a little bit, like with their crazy socks,
their hair, accessories.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's definitely different when they're not wearing their uniforms.
That is really interesting. Yes, that is. And you really get to see them a little bit more of who they are, right? Their personality.
Yes, definitely. They, and I guess because they don't get to do that a lot, they really go all out.
Oh my God. Yeah. I know there's students that have gone out to buy something because it's dress down day. I've been in schools where that's
right.
Well, tell us what you are wearing, because first of all, I'm loving the bracelet you have on. I love jiggly things.
Yeah, me too. This is a charm bracelet my husband gave me. He's a teacher too, by the way.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he teaches PE and he's a basketball coach. So we're really busy all the time with kids, other people's and ours.
Kids all around.
Kids all around all the time. So yeah, it's a charm bracelet that he gave me, and basically my life is on here.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Oh, I love it.
Well, when I need a reminder, of my life.
Tell us about your outfits.
Well, this top, I don't know if I can stand up. It's got a little peplum on it.
Oh my God, so cute. I love it.
It's I can actually give a little plug. I don't know. There's a little shop called Gator Lilies over here by me. And they do like consignment and resale. And most of it is Lily Pulitzer, but they do Kate Spade and they do, Tory Burch. And I frequently go there and sell them my clothes, and I never wind up getting the money. I wind up spending it there.
I do that at our local one too. I just came up with 3 new pairs of pants.
Yeah, if I'm giving you my clothes, I need more clothes.
I always do the same. I'm like, no, I'm going in to pick up my check and that's it. And I can never do that.
No,
I'm just gonna look.
It's a lie. You're lying to yourself, and that's it.
Yes, they do this on purpose.
I know. And she has such great stuff. And a lot of times there's stuff that's new with tags. I think this was new with tags.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's just, it's a great little shop. She really does a really good job.
Oh,
She's
well,
got 3 of them.
Three of
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well,
Mhm.
shout out to Gator Lilies, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like check. And teachers will love that, you know. if they ship.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. Because it's, another way to get stuff that's not, super expensive, especially if you like nice things like I do.
The same way. You know what? That is a great tip for teachers. You're right. You can resale or thrifting. I mean, I've thrifted and I regret not grabbing it, a Betsy Johnson dress. I mean, it was brand new. I don't know why I didn't grab it. Came
Yeah.
home, went back, it was gone. I'm like, it's one of those things that you've got to just grab.
I know. I talk to the girls that I worked with at Spade all the time about that. Like that one in particular, we're back and forth on our Instagrams, and I'm like, oh, I missed that one. And she's like, how did I miss that one? And I'm like, how did I miss that one? And I'm like, and we go back and forth about that all the time. And it's just something that you do. You're trying to behave yourself, I guess.
Behave. I don't know. I'll be an old lady, very poor, but well-dressed.
Exactly. I always say that to my husband. I'm like, if I wasn't married to him, I'd be like in a box somewhere with my Gucci on,
I'm right there with you. I'll meet you at the soup kitchen because I'll be there too. I know. Yes, I know. It's I don't know, but it just makes us happy and it's part of our life. I know. Clothing is.
It does. It's fun. I like to have fun with clothes. And so I just think that, teachers think a lot of times that, like you said, it's expensive, but if you shop in the right places, you can get stuff. I don't spend a ton of money on clothes. I think that my next thing on Instagram is I have a little bag coming in from J. Crew, and I got a pair of earrings, a bracelet. It's yellow. You'll love it.
Oh my gosh.
And, yeah. And a pair of pants, $25.
Wow.
For all 3.
Wait, for all 3?
Yeah.
Oh, you're so good at that. You need to, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah. So you really, I mean, if you get on these emails, I mean, I know sometimes not everybody's into it like I am, but
yeah,
if you get emails from places and they're having a sale like that, then it's totally worth it.
That's another tip for these teachers then. Yes, to definitely.
Yeah. And J. Crew does a teacher discount too. And I know at the outlet, because I do shop there, they will do the sale and give you your teacher discount on top of it.
It's so yummy. I know. I love J. Crew. Yeah, they're good about that.
Yeah.
They're really good teachers.
Have great things. And their stuff is timeless too, I feel like.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely. And like, I know I have a lot of blazers from them and just stuff like that.
Yeah. They have great blazers and they fit great too.
I know. Yeah, they're well, those are really great ideas and tips for teachers. So there's no excuse then, right, for us not to be fashionable. There is.
I feel like you went to college. That's my big thing. Like I went to college. I paid a lot of money. My parents paid a lot of money for me to go to college and have a professional job. And I know we're dealing with kids and things happen, but you don't have to be like, again, wearing super expensive clothes to go to work, but you should look put together because you are a professional person.
I totally agree. And you know what? I had a student say to me, she's like, wow, it looks like you care when you come to see us every day because you're always dressed up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like for them, they noticed that I value, being their teacher and being there.
Right. Right. Especially like on a day that you have a conference with a parent, like get yourself dressed.
I agree. Bravo. Yay. Well, tell us your plans then on Instagram since you just started. It's a fresh new thing. What are your plans? What do you want to do?
I don't really know. Like I would like to be able to have things where I can, link it up for people because if they need help or want help, they can just click.
Yes.
I definitely think it's a good creative outlet for me right now because I've also had, 2 of my own businesses before. One of them was kids' clothes and shoes.
Oh
and
my gosh.
Yeah, that was fun. And then the other one was like redoing furniture and making like home decor.
Wow.
So I always need to be doing something creative like that. And since I'm not working at Kate right now and I don't have my other business anymore,
Yes.
I need to be doing something creative. But to be completely honest, like putting myself out there like that scares the pants off of me.
I know. In the beginning, it is. But once you get into it, it's just so, I mean, you can't get enough. So you'll get
It's
there.
fun.
Yes.
It's fun. And I'm also, it's funny because I love clothes and it's kind of like maybe an oxymoron, but I am a very self-conscious person. And so like putting myself out there in the pictures and stuff like that is really hard for me because I'm an overthinker to the nth degree.
Wow. So it has to be
super, yeah, I'm super self-critical. And that's why a lot of the time you see my pictures with something over my face.
Which is so creative. I looked at it as a creative, not as, oh, she's shy.
Oh, it's creative, all right. It's me creatively avoiding putting my face on a camera.
Well, I used to wear sunglasses in the very beginning. I used to have my
That too.
Instagram years ago, and then I stopped doing it, and then I got back into it. But I used to, or just do not the full body, just from nose down or
Right.
whatever, or just big sunglasses. But then finally, one of my friends is like, "What are you doing? You look like you're undercover or whatever." So
I know. I have a friend who gave it to me about that too. She's like, "What is wrong with you? Are you crazy?" I'm like, slightly.
Slightly creative though. Actually, I'm glad you said creative because I actually wrote in my notes to ask you or tell you that I loved the hat with the bagels on top.
Oh, that was one of my favorites.
Oh my gosh. That you are so creative. I mean, definitely that picture, now that you've talked to us, totally I can see how all that is in there, your creative gene.
Oh, that's so funny. Thank you. Yeah, that was one of my favorites.
Oh my, how did you get the bagels to like stay on your head?
Well, the funniest thing is just a couple of days, I went on a trip to New York, and just a couple of days before that, I went over to see one of my teacher besties, Carla, she's the same name as you.
She's Carla. Oh, hey.
Table, she's moving. So she had this hat on the dining room table, and I'm like, "That's a great hat." And she was like, "Go ahead and take it. I'm trying to get rid of things." So I took it, but the top of it has like a dip. And so I knew I'd be able to get the bagels to stay because of that little dip in the top of the hat.
Oh my gosh. It was phenomenal. That is, yeah. No, that should be on the explore page on Instagram, the favorite ones. That one should have to be there.
Well, I would have to agree.
Yes, of course you should.
Instagram needs to listen.
Yes, and it will. Adrienne, you're gonna stomp into there, and you're gonna stand out. It's
So
we need more of you, Adrienne. This was so much fun, and we should definitely chat again. Maybe talk about fall fashion or something. We'll chat.
That'd be great. Yeah, I would love it.
So, and well, we can't let you leave Poshteacher without your inspirational quote. So, by the way, speaking of writing, my sign fell. Yes, I know people will probably comment on that. So I'm trying to do this. So
I like the sign, by the way. I like the logo. It's cool.
Thank you. Yeah, but those little sticky things did not work today. So.
Oh gosh, well, it happens.
Yeah, especially as a teacher, right? We have to deal with mishaps all the time. So.
Speaking of quotes, like I don't know where I saw it, but like perfectly imperfect. We have to go with that as teachers.
Oh my gosh, that is perfect. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I don't know if there's another part to that quote, but perfectly imperfect, that's today, right?
Yes, I agree. Thank you for making me feel better.
Yeah, of course, it's no big deal. My quote is from Dr. Seuss. It's not like one that you would imagine from Dr. Seuss. I didn't even know that he said it. And then when I found out, I was like, oh, that's kind of a funny one for him. It's be who you are and say what you will, because those that mind don't matter, and those that matter don't mind.
Whoa. I like that. Say that again.
Be who you are and say what you will, because those that mind don't matter, and those that matter don't mind.
Good. Yes. And that's the people we need to hang around, those kind of people that think that way, right? about you.
Absolutely right. And I always have a big thing. I always tell my own kids, you know, be yourself and you'll find your people, and it doesn't matter what other people think. And then they call me out on it all the time because I don't always remember that.
Well, that's life. We all need reminders.
I have taught them well. They definitely are who they are, and they do not care what other people think about it. But they're constantly giving me that little reminder. But Mom, you always say you shouldn't care what other people think.
Oh
I'm like,
my
"You're
God.
right."
Yes, you're right. See, so on Instagram, keep that in mind now, Adrienne. When you're posting.
I'm working on that really hard.
I love it. Well, it's been such a joy. This has been so great.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your knowledge and your experience, and you know, just giving a little bit of tidbits to these teachers, you know, just to make it a little more fashionable profession. So
Yeah.
and to have fun with it. Well, thank you so much for your time, and I hope to see you again
Thank you.
soon. Thank you.
Yeah,
Bye bye,
that would be
everyone.
great. Thank you, Carla. Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Thanks.